to Manifest on Purpose. My name is Kimberly Williams. I am a mindset consultant specializing in manifestation. I help you align your mindset with the things that you desire in your life to help you manifest in your life. So what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go. Let's manifest on purpose. Hello, and happy Friday to you. My name is Kimberly Williams. I am your host here at the Manifest on Purpose Mindset Show. I want to welcome all of you here. If you're new, this is the very first time you're joining. Welcome. Stick around. See if there's something that can help you. Also, share this with others if you find any value in it. And for those of you who've been my longtime riders, the ones that have been loyal and coming and listening to almost every episode, I thank you for being here. Share this with someone else that it may help. Don't be stingy. Share, please. Share. Sharing is caring. I just got back from my little mini vacation. If you listen to the episode on Monday, the meditation episode, I was saying that it was my wedding anniversary and we were going to do something for that. I had fun. We went away for a little bit. And guys, let me tell you, it was just like a breath of fresh air. A lot of times when our mind is foggy and we got so many things going on, sometimes we just need to step away and get into a new location, get into a new environment and rejuvenate yourself. Make sure that you're taking out time for that me time. And it felt so great. I'm glad that we did it. It felt like a new beginning for me. And speaking of new beginnings, I want to let you know that we're only one day from what some people call a holiday, May Day. So tomorrow is going to be May Day. I'm referring to the first day of May. What does that mean to you when you hear about it? Does it really mean anything to you? I must admit it. I never really kept up with that holiday. We mostly keep up with the holidays that are spiritual or religious in nature, or those holidays that we get paid for, those holidays we get time off for. May Day was something that I never really thought about, or in my community never even really heard about it. However, when I started thinking about this message, it dawned on me that it's the first day of May, and this message is all about new beginnings. So this message really brought out that about May Day. I had to do a little research on it. In my research, I found that people celebrate May Day all over the world. Many people use this day to welcome in spring, like it's the beginning of spring, welcoming in, and I look at that as a new beginning. May 1st also has its bad history. However, today, May 1st is an official holiday in 66 countries, guys. So in the research, what I'm basically understanding is that there's a few reasons why people celebrate May Day. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but I really do like the one where they're celebrating May Day to welcome in spring. To me, that sounds like new beginnings. When I thought about that, it made me think about nature. Because if you want to know how we manifest, then the best way to do it is watch nature. Spring represents new beginnings. Just like the first of every experience of your life. Everything that's the first of something is a new beginning. A new minute is a new beginning. A new hour is a new beginning. A new day. Anything new is a fresh start. And we have to start allowing ourselves to become aware of that and know that that is true. And it doesn't matter how we feel inside or what we're going through at this moment. We know that anytime we want to change, Anytime we want to get through that shift, we can create a new beginning because we are constantly changing. Therefore, we have constant new beginnings. A lot like nature, huh? Because we have new beginnings, the possibilities for growth and living to your fullest potentials are limitless. Your body at this very moment is experiencing a new beginning all the way down to the cellular level. As within, so without. That's why it's so important to align mind, body, and spirit. It is all connected. Being a creator doesn't mean that you only create. Being a creator also means that you have the ability to recreate. You have the chance to create a new beginning whenever, wherever it's wanted or needed. My purpose today is to help you get into that routine. I want you to be able to do this on a routine basis. I want you to make a habit of this. Before we go on, I would like to ask you a question. I want you to ponder on this question throughout the rest of this message. And the question is, what newness would you like to create in your life? So when you're asking yourself, ask, what newness would I like to create in my life? I want you to take some time to think about that. It's said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Sometimes we kind of do this on default. We kind of feel like we're going through this, and that's that automated programming from the subconscious mind. But we go through things and we do things because this is how it's always been done. But when we do it the way that it's always been done, we're going to get the same results that we've always gotten. So that's why if you want to change your experience, you have to be able to start with you. You have to be able to create changes in your life as a person. So take some time to think about that, and I'm going to lay out a monthly creation strategy for this. Well, maybe I should say recreation strategy, because you're already created. Your life that you're currently living is already a creation. But what I want to help you with is for those of you who know that there's a pattern in your life. It seems like nothing's changing. When there's no change, you're not getting any worse, but at the same time, you're not growing. So what we want to do is we want to create change in an upward level. And we can use this activity that I'm about to lay out so that we can start recreating ourselves step by step, day by day. And we can start working on this on a monthly basis. So this creation strategy is a monthly strategy. This is a strategy that you can create and make it your own. You can do it every month during the year. You can start at a small goal and work yourself up all the way to something large. However you want to do this strategy, I'm going to lay it out the way that I do it so that you can kind of figure out how you want to do this, because you got to incorporate it the way that you want to in your life. I'm just going to tell you the things that I do and how I do it. First of all, my reason for choosing the first as a begin date is because it is the beginning of a new month. This aligns with new beginnings. However, if you follow the lunar calendar, which I do, and a lot of people follow lunar calendar, the beginning would be on the new moon, and it flows into the full moon. That's how some people that follow the lunar calendar does it. They go from new moon to full moon, because the new moon means essentially the same thing, the new beginning. I actually do use the moon cycles. However, for some people, they don't know about that or they don't use that method. So the first of the month is just as good. I chose a monthly routine because you can change and create subconscious patterns or habits in about approximately a month. This strategy is meant to be simple, so please don't be all in your head about it, and don't be too hard on yourself, because if you are being too hard on yourself with this, you will just defeat the purpose. Start by answering the question I asked to you. What newness would I like to create this month? Once you figure that out, get a sheet of paper and a pen or something to write with, and write a list of all of those things that you want to recreate about yourself. Now, this is a time where I'm assuming that you're having private time, you're alone, you're by yourself, and you feel safe. So I want you to go ahead and write down everything. Don't hold stuff back. Write down everything, what you really feel in your heart. Because remember, what you really feel in your heart is going to show up anyway. So be specific about what changes you need to make in your life, what adjustments you need to make. When you find out what those changes should be and figure out what adjustments you can make in how you're doing things now to make things better, write that down on the list. Those things that are standing in your way from what you need to do right now are the things that you need to release. Go ahead and put that on a section of your sheet of paper that says things to release, to allow for transformation. You got to get rid of stuff if you want to bring new stuff in. Why would someone come in and give you a whole wardrobe when your closet's already too full? Why would you ask someone to fill your cup when your cup is already full? So how can you expect change in your life if you don't remove the things that's taking up unnecessary space? So that's what that release is about. You need to start taking away those things that causes or takes up unnecessary space. Those people that are not meaning any good for you, those things that are not good for you, all of those things, they have to go because they're just like suction cups. What happens is the energy will be sucked right out of you until you release. Okay, so make sure you take time for that release. Now you're going to compare your list. You're going to compare the list of the things that you want to do with the list of the things that's holding you back. If your desire is to meditate more, take a look at the list to determine what's holding you back. You may have lack of time on that list, or you may have lack of space. When you analyze the problem, you can figure out a solution. I want you to be careful about how much time you spend focused on the problem, because this is where some people go wrong at. If you focus on the problem too long, you'll end up just focusing on the symptoms, what the problem is doing to you. If it's irritating you, making you upset, making you get all emotional, you're focused on that. But I do want you to know is that the solution is in the problem. So instead of focusing on the symptoms of that problem, focus on possible solutions to help you get through that problem. This is going in a forward motion. You're no longer in the past. You're not standing still. You're moving forward. So focus on what you can do to make that situation better. Don't focus on what it's doing right here at this current moment, how it's making you feel. Take your focus off the problem by beginning to focus on the solution. In the example given about meditation, you will focus on creating time to meditate or focus on finding the location. If it's a location that you need, you find that that's an issue for you, find a way that you can make an escape for you to meditate in. Find a time that'll be better for you. Start setting moments out of your day. It is then time to take action. And you're going to take action by intentionally working towards the solution every day. Don't try to gulp this meal down in one big gulp. Instead, you want to work on this in bite-sized pieces. Do a little bit at a time. It's hard to make a big change sometimes. It's easier to make small changes that lead eventually up to those big changes, but they're not so big that they become too scary to you. Make sure that you're constant with it. Make sure that you're consistent in your efforts. In this case, you would be working on finding alone time every day, starting with at least a few minutes and then gradually increasing that time. It could be 1 minute, 2 minutes. If you've heard me talk about meditation before, you know this is something that I suggest for people that have trouble getting into meditation. Start a few moments at a time and gradually increase it. Don't go from or think that you can go from never ever meditating and then just sitting down for an hour-long meditation that's successful. It doesn't always work like that. Most of the time it does not work that way. What you have to do is start little and start building yourself up. And what this is conditioning. It's programming. The same way that our minds are programmed to do things that are not helpful for us, there are some ways that we can program our mind to do things that help us. So we can't look at the subconscious as it's bad or good. No, it's just doing its job. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I also want to let you know that this technique or this style of manifestation is not microwavable. It's not instant manifestation like some people hope to get. It's time to start looking beyond instant manifestation. I know we live in the instant generation. Work on your alignment first. That's why it's so difficult for some people to manifest the things that they desire. They get those hit and miss results and they feel like it's not working for them. No, it's not that it's not working for you. Number one is you have to be in alignment. You have to be in alignment to keep this coming in continuously. Yes, you may have gotten to the point where you have manifested something big. You were able to do that. But you just can't give up on everything you were working on and think that something else is going to come to you just as easy. So when using this technique or this strategy, you're not going to be having the instant manifestation. You're going to be gradually working yourself up by aligning mind, body, and spirit for the very best manifestation experience that you can get. And I say that in that way because I don't want you to think that you're not manifesting already. I'm talking about your desired manifestations, your ideal self, who you want to be, where you want to be, and how you want to be there. So at the end of the month, analyze your progress. Go through all of those things because you're going to be working on these things every single day. If you said you know that it's going to take you taking that time out to yourself to get into a meditation routine, this is something you need to be working on daily. This is something you need to be increasing daily. The list that you said has the things that are standing in your way. Tear that half of the list off once you've done your analysis and you know what things you need to get rid of. Throw that paper in the trash. Just know what you need to work on in each desired manifestation area. Keep your intentions on that paper. The things that you want to change about yourself, keep those things written down and keep track of it. Every time you meet a goal, give yourself a treat. Do something nice for yourself. It's just like at work. People feel more appreciated, or I should say employers make their staff appreciate them more when they acknowledge their growth. When you acknowledge your own growth, it's going to make you feel so much better. So when you see that you've grown a little more this day, hey, I was only able to sit quietly for a minute last week. Now I'm up to 5 minutes. Pat on the back. Kudos. That makes you have motivation to continue. It makes you want to go on because you feel like that something is getting accomplished. As the end of the month approaches, you're going to go back and you're going to look at the things that you wrote down as intentions in the beginning of the month. You're going to check out off those accomplishments. If it's not quite complete, if there's some areas still left on there, you need to go to a fresh sheet and start a new month. And on that new month, everything that you were not able to accomplish on the month before, add that to the list of things that you want to accomplish for the new month. And go ahead and start preparing that list. And it's going to be the exact same way. On one side of the paper, you're going to write how you want to change that month. What transitions or transformations would you like to make? Then you're going to figure out what's holding you back. Once you figure out what's holding you back, you begin to find solutions for those things and release whatever is holding you back. And you start a new routine with the things that are going to help you get ahead. For those things that you didn't accomplish, ask yourself some questions about those things. What is now blocking you from those things? Ask yourself until you get to the root of that problem. Some of the things that we think are holding us back have something deeper behind the scenes that we don't know about. And this is a good time to learn about those things. And you'll learn about them because you're working on yourself. Every time something is not working in the way that you want to, analyze that thing to discover what's really the problem here, what's really going on. Find a new approach. Look for something different that you can do that might end up in better results. Just because something works for one person doesn't mean that it'll work for you. Sometimes you have to be creative with your solutions. Make this a monthly routine so that you can shed that extra weight and emotions that don't serve you. In addition, do daily vibe checks. This is checking your vibrations to make sure they remain high. Are you always feeling good? Don't think that you're supposed to always feel good, but if you are having those moments where you're not, you need to be able to learn how to raise your emotions or raise your vibrations. Replace those negative thoughts with thoughts that make you feel better. Most importantly, set aside quiet time so that you can balance your thoughts. I would not suggest anything to you that I haven't done myself. This is something that I do on a monthly basis, and it does help. It's transformation. It may not be as fast as you want it. You know, sometimes it's not about how fast you get to the finish line. It's about staying focused. So I'm going to tell you my May Day new beginning. You want to listen up for this because it includes you. Yay! For those of you that may be new, I want to give you a little background about my purpose. My vision is that everyone develops and maintains a healthy mindset so that you can manifest the life you desire and deserve. Yes, I said deserve it, because we all deserve happiness in this lifetime. I'm doing this through the wisdom I offer on this podcast and social media. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can follow me on Manifest on Purpose. I've never hosted a podcast before this one. I just have more to share than I can easily put in a written language on social media. I just found that everything I had to say was too much to put in one post to keep people engaged. I'm happy to say that our community is growing. I'm so grateful for that. But I chose the podcast route because I felt like I could get more information out. And that's what I want to do. That's my soul's purpose. My soul's purpose is that you get what you need. And not just you, your neighbor, your neighbor's neighbors, your friend's neighbors. I want everyone all over the world to get messages that can help them improve their life, to help them live in a happy state of mind or a happy state of being, no matter what's going on. And through this podcast, I am able to do that. And the beauty of it is, if I can touch your life, you can touch someone else's, who can in turn touch someone else's. As I grow, you grow. And as a result, people will grow all over the world. Now that we are growing, I want to be able to give you what you really need to know. What's going to put you where you need to be? What topics? I need your feedback. If there's something that resonates with you, I need you to leave a comment. And please, please, please share with me the topics you want to hear, so that I can add value to you and your life. I want you to be able to comment those to me. You can put them in the comment below, or you can send it to manifestonpurpose@gmail.com. So my new beginning is to ensure you get what you need, because my purpose is meaningless if you're not getting the information that you need to push you to the next level. And I'm talking about this manifestation mindset. Anything about consciousness, anything about that. Anything that's going to help you grow to the next level, spiritually, mentally, and physically. You know, we're dealing with mind, body, and spirit. Whatever helps you align to that purpose that you're wishing or seeking to be in. To add to the newness, I will be sending out weekly newsletters to all that subscribe at manifestonpurpose.net. For a limited time, when you do subscribe, you will get a peace of mind meditation for free. You'll get these weekly newsletters that will include show notes, tips, and sneak peeks of upcoming episodes. So I encourage you to continue to listen. And like I said, don't be stingy. Share. Sharing is caring. In order to receive, you have to give. And in order to give, you have to receive. With that, I'm signing off. I love you to life. And don't forget to manifest on purpose.